Something's happening with the justice system, right? We know unfortunately, the average person could never afford access to the justice system. So the real color of justice is green. We get as much justice as we can afford. I have a buddy of mine who's an attorney. He says, Darnell, in certain situations I've seen where it's better to be rich and guilty than to be poor and innocent. And that's a sad state of affairs, but LegalShield to the rescue, because we have disrupted that industry. We've made it simpler, easier, and more affordable. Instead of the $300 an hour rate for an attorney, which most people cannot afford, we made it $1 a day, about $25 a month. I know you're thinking, no way could you do that. Well, it's not your dollar, my dollar. It's called shared economy, group buying power, when over 1 million people are doing that. You see, our company, LegalShield, is not a startup company. We're not wondering if this works. It's been around since 1972. We have 4.4 million lives that we protect across the United States and Canada, just launched into the UK. We have a lot of third-party validation, which is important to me because at 28 years old, when I started with LegalShield, people were like, well, how do I know this is legit? How do I know it's real? Well, Forbes magazine, Yahoo Finance, CNBC, Bloomberg, the Better Business Bureau all said wonderful things about LegalShield. This slide was helpful to me because I thought, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't break the law. I don't really need to pay for a lawyer. But bad things happen to good people all the time, right? Good people sign contracts and documents and later on wish they wouldn't have signed them. Good people have been overcharged for repairs, treated unfairly, taken advantage of, had a landlord-tenant issue. So these are all situations that happen to everyday people. We just don't think about it. So here's what your app looks like. Get with the person who invited you to watch this presentation and say, look, I'd love to have access to that app. Once you do, you're going to wonder, how in the world did I live without it? Because again, you don't have to stress. You don't have to guess. You just pick up the phone and you say, you know what? Let me ask a question. Because if you don't know your rights, you don't have any. It's like when I had a situation with my truck and the dealership didn't do what I thought they should do. I called LegalShield. LegalShield said, based on when you bought the truck, the make and model, the issue you're having, if they keep your truck for 3 days on the same issue, it falls under the lemon law. They have to give you a new truck. It's like one of my members, her son had an off-campus apartment, and once he was ready to check out for that semester, they wouldn't give him his security deposit back because there was a black mark on the wall where he was leaning back with his chair while he was doing his homework. We could have easily painted that, right? Anybody could have, but they wouldn't give him his $500 security deposit back. But LegalShield made one phone call on his behalf. You see, a lawyer writing a letter, making a phone call means a lot more than you and I arguing back and forth over a security deposit or whatever the situation may be, a warranty. And so, of course, he got a security deposit back. Not only will they do that, they'll also review contracts and documents. They said a bold print give it, but the fine print take it away. And so you don't have to worry about that anymore. Don't sign anything without your attorney taking a look at it first. That saved me $10,500 on one real estate transaction. IRS audit assistance, just in case you're named in a tax audit. And this is important because we don't just have access to an attorney, you have access to law firms. So if I have a real estate question, I want to have access to a lawyer that has experience in real estate law. Like, listen, every lawyer doesn't know every area of law, like every doctor doesn't know every area of medicine. So even my buddies that are lawyers love LegalShield because their family members call them all the time asking legal questions they can't answer because they don't know every area of law. So you have a tax situation there. We're going to help you out. Civil trial defense, pre-trial, and actually in court time. You get 60 hours your first year, then another 60 hours your second year. That's 120 hours. Third year, 180 hours. Fifth year, you have 300 hours of pre-trial and actual trial time in a civil lawsuit there. Anything that falls outside of that, you get a discount on. And I love discounts on everything that I do. Family domestic services, this one's after you've been a member for 90 days. This one takes effect. That's for uncontested divorce, adoption, separation, and name change. Everything else, you can start using it right away. Emergency legal access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Listen, here's one of the areas I love because it gives my wife and I peace of mind. I share with you my family. So 3 of our kids are out of the house. And they're great people, right? Great young men, but they could be great young men at the right party, wrong crowd, wrong time. If they're being questioned, detained, or arrested, we want to make sure they have access to their lawyer. That's their Miranda. So you want to make sure you have access to this. I'm telling you, it's peace of mind. Traffic assistance. I've got a speeding ticket out of state. I didn't have to go back to that state. I called my firm in my state in Maryland. They called the firm in that state. They went out to go assist me. My points were dropped. My fine was dropped. I think it was like $30 in court costs. I would have spent way more than $30 to get back to that state to represent myself because I didn't want to get the points on my license because then my insurance would go up. So if you have teenage drivers or you drive like a teenager, this is going to be really good for you. Will preparation, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you, when I started with LegalShield, I was married with 2 kids. Again, we have 4 now, but I didn't have a last will and testament. LegalShield gives you one, so you don't have to worry about the cost. We give you one just by being a member, and we also prepare your living will, healthcare power of attorney, financial power of attorney. You can start that with the press of a button right on your app. Start filling out the questions. There are questions there I didn't even know. I would have never known to ask myself, my spouse that question, or even thought about putting those things in my will until I completed it here with LegalShield. So congratulations on having your last will and testament. You also get a discount on anything that falls outside of the 100% coverage. But as you can see here, while 80% of the member usage, because we have data, right? We've done metrics, been around for over 40 years. We know that while 80% of member usage is covered under our monthly fee of $25 a month, anything that falls outside of that, you're still going to get a preferred member discount of 25%. That means after today, once you download the app from the person who invited you to watch this, you'll never have to pay 100% for your attorney fees again. At minimum, you get a discount, even on pre-existing legal matters. That's huge. Try to get auto insurance once you've already banged up the car and you didn't have auto insurance. Right? Try to get health insurance with a pre-existing health condition. So this is powerful to have access to this. Who's covered? As you can see, their family's protected here, which I love because I added my oldest son to my auto insurance policy. It went up. My next son, it went up. My next son, it went up. My daughter, it went up. Here, all under one monthly fee, your family's protected. So which would you choose here? One lawyer charging $250 an hour, entire law firm for $24.95 a month, $25 a month. It's a no-brainer. I can't believe I get to do this for a living. Listen, I have a bachelor's degree. I don't have a JD. I didn't go to law school, but I get to stand in the middle. The lawyers do an amazing job, average of 22 years of experience. And the clients who say, makes sense to me, I put them together, we make a whole lot of money. I just market the service, the lawyers provide the service, and it's a win-win-win situation for everybody. Even my wealthy clients who make millions of dollars in their businesses, they may keep their lawyer on retainer for that business, but they don't want to call that same lawyer for a speeding ticket for their son. So they have LegalShield as well. Our only other service that we provide, our additional app here, is called our ID Shield. Why? Identity theft is a fastest growing crime. Criminals don't just want your money anymore. They want your identity. It is not just financial. As you can see, it's tax return fraud, medical claim, social security claim. So on our app, you're going to have access to your credit score. We're sending you push notification on sex offender monitoring, social media monitoring, your entire digital DNA. We're going to monitor for you. But more importantly, we're going to restore it back to pre-theft status. If you know anyone who's a decision maker, human resource director, CEO, listen, we're one of the hottest employee benefits today because employers are tired of employees taking time off, trying to handle situations they're not proficient in. And with the limited power of attorney, our investigators can go in as that employee to restore their identity for them while the CEO looks like a hero for offering such an amazing benefit. So great opportunity. I have colleagues to earn 6 figures a year solely by doing that. It's not what I did, but you can do that if that's your space. So we're going to restore it back to pre-theft status. You can add additional $5 a month, and we'll monitor all 3 credit repositories, also known as credit bureaus. And so with a $1 million protection policy, as you can see here again, the person who invites you to watch this will help you to include your family members so that they're protected as well. And here's our price points. Real simple, $49.90 a month for the family plan. That's $24.95 for the ID Shield, $24.95 for the LegalShield. If you're single, don't have any dependents, it's only $34.90. And again, you can always add $5 to either one of those for all 3 credit bureau monitoring. Here's our member perks. I love this. My kids love this because we like to save money, right? Whether it's on food, whether I'm going to Costco to renew my Costco membership, whether I'm renting a car, staying at a hotel. My wife and I bought a refrigerator, saved $190 on that refrigerator. We've saved from Best Buy and saved from Samsung because it was a Samsung refrigerator at Best Buy. So make sure you check out your member perks. We have over 400 vendors that give us a discount, which is going to save you more money than you're actually spending for your plan.